Hey everyone, my name is Tony Hooks, and today I'll be going over how to create a Gantt chart in Excel. Currently in Excel, there's not really an option to select a format for that, so you kind of have to create it, which is pretty easy. So first, what you would want to do is select a subject or a topic, or like for myself, I'm a project manager, so I'm doing this for an actual project that I created. So mine's to create a football league, a tackle football league for my city, and have it running by 2027. So we can use this data, and I'll show you how to create a Gantt chart from my data. This is actual data that I'm using right now. So I have a couple of tasks at the top. So I have a phase or a couple of headings. So I have the phase, the task, I have the start and end date, duration days, completion stat, and the actual status. As far as duration days, so whatever you're using, you can use days, weeks, months, and years. Whatever's more comfortable for you. Just in my setting, I'm using days. So you can see my planning phase, I'm gonna have a couple of tasks here. And so for these phases, I have certain tasks that I want to complete. So we can have a quick look at those. We can define goals, structure the rules. I need to go through legal and admin setups and so forth on. We can all see. So we can see my timeline as well, my start and end dates. So I've already started on the project as I mentioned. So I started in June, and hopefully I'll have this up and running by 2027 in the fall. And that's the plan. And you can see from my timeline here, that's my plan. And you can see my duration days of how long I'm expected, more or less. These aren't exact days, but it's more or less how many days each phase will take. And then you can see my completion status. So I've only completed the first part for now. If you wanted to, you could also do percentages in there as well. That's just something you could do if you wanted to add that in there. But mine's just simple. It's just for me, so it's simple to keep track of everything. Yes, no, or completed, and then if I've completed it, whether the next phase of the task is in process, and what's started and what's not started, and when do I plan on starting it. So let's get into actually making the Gantt chart. So the first thing we'll want to do is select what fields you want in the Gantt chart. So for me, I will want to show the task, the start date. So I'll highlight those, and then I'll highlight as well the duration days. And then after that, you'll want to decide what kind of chart you want. So for me, I'll do a stacked 2D chart. So I've already done it on the next page, and then this is what it'll look like. If you see these lines right here, they were actually colored, but I took the color out, or I took the filter out rather. So how you would do that is you simply just click on the filter and it'll pop up, and you make sure you click on the paint option with the paint chart, and you just click no fill. So on here you'll have a solid fill, and if you want you can just do the no fill. I did the no fill because it's easier to track what I've completed and not completed. And you can see from up here that my dates are here from my start date until my actual end date. If you scroll from left to right, and also when creating your chart, you may have an issue with the order of the chart. So for me, for example, my end of session review, it may be at the top, and my defined goals and structure was maybe at the bottom. So if you want yours to be kind of in a specific order, what you can do is here in your access type. So you'll click on the bars where the bars are in your access options, and then you'll scroll down and you'll just click on categories in reverse, and it'll actually reverse your order. So I'll show you that. So that's how it will look. But for me, then it's easier to read. I'll have my order like this. Then as well, you can, depending on how long your dates are, mine are pretty long. Again, you'll come here and You can play with your data range. Just depends on how many fields you have. Since mine were so large, I had to kind of stretch them out. So you can kind of play with this. So I'll show you what it looked like before. We press 100. It didn't filter all of the data that I wanted it to, and so I kind of had to play with it, and I came up to about 50%, and I got all my data showing, so I can keep track of everything just by looking at the chart here. And again, you can play with the color codes if you want. You can, oops. So this is red. If you want, you can make it blue. You can change it to whatever color you like, whatever makes it comfortable for your eyes and for your presentation. And also kind of a little Excel trick. If you want, you can do a here. I'll delete this. You could do an equal sign, and then you could do equal to A1, and then that data will actually transfer over here, and then you'd be able to change the data however you wanted. So if this field, if I changed it to, if I just took off plan, then plan would be gone from here. So that's kind of like a cool Excel trick that I learned. And also, I forgot to mention as far as like the formatting, you can format the table if you have a lot of tasks. So I've already formatted mine, but I'll show you when you actually go. You just do format as a table and pick whatever color you like. I chose the blue option, and then you'll be able to filter through your data. So again, if you have large amounts of data or you want to just look at something specifically because you're on a time crunch, all you have to do is just filter whatever section you're looking for. So me, I'd probably want to focus on just the planning phase according to my dates, right? So I would just keep it here in the planning phase until I'm ready to go to the next phase, and then I would just switch it. So that's what I would do. While planning this, I would do that, or even you could even color code it if you want. You can just do like a simple color code. So green is completed, so we'll do a green here. So you can just make this green, or you can change that back and you can do the whole slide. There we go. So it's kind of like an actual, kind of like you have two Gantt charts really, or you're tracking your data. So we can do yellow here, and then obviously we can do red for not completed. So we kind of have like a color coded Gantt chart. However, though, that won't transfer over here. But again, you can play with the colors and the data. And again, if you just click on here, you can make these whatever color you want. So we'll make this yellow just so you can see it. So you can make these yellow, or we could do the same color coding, the green, the yellow, and the red if we wanted to with all these plots on the Gantt chart. And that's basically all you really need for a Gantt chart. It's not very difficult. There's a lot of cool options that you can play with. Again, however you want to do your formatting is up to you. Whatever bar or line graph you want to use, you can use whatever sets of data you want as well. And that's it. And I hope this was helpful.